Thank you for coming to learn all about council membership. Membership, it is a big deal, and your council can make a huge difference in membership. I'd like you to grab a paper and pen so you can make some notes and answer a few questions. So question number 1, do you feel your council makes a difference in local membership numbers? Yes or no, and why? Jot down a couple notes. I'll give you a second. Okay, question number 2. What specifically has your council done to help locals increase membership? You might have already written a few ideas down, but jot down a couple of things that your council does to help the locals. I want to start by telling you my membership story. In 2011, I became Park Hill Junior High PTA president. We thought about membership the old-fashioned way. We got close to our last year's number. Wasn't that good enough? No one from council ever told us we were supposed to keep getting members until February. And that is when the membership year ended March 15th. Was she nuts? What did she think I could do this month? Boy, we have come a long way. In 2012, I became the RISD Council of PTA's first vice president. Our council president went to Lone Star and had an aha moment. She could not wait to tell me the things she had learned. And the most eye-opening was about membership. I went to my first national convention in San Jose, California, and I was in a workshop early, and I sat down next to a woman. And she said to me, "Let me tell you what we do in my parish in Louisiana. You can join the east side of the parish, you can join the west side of the parish, you can join the whole parish." And I had my aha moment. They had packages. I couldn't wait to get back to the hotel to tell the council president what I had come up with. Could I do this in Richardson ISD in Texas? I went home and I made a plan. I wrote it all out and I sent it to Texas PTA President Karen Slay. And guess what she told me? No. Big fat no. I asked if we could revisit this, and we did. And with some changes, we were able to start what then became known as the Angel Membership Program. I ran it for the council because that is not what the membership VP signed up for last spring. It worked okay. It still had some problems, but it was the first time I had ever seen a council do anything to help with membership. In 2013, I repeated as first VP, but the person who was elected as the membership VP resigned before the prior year even finished. We could not find a replacement, and the president asked me to be the acting membership chair. I knew I couldn't be acting. I knew I had to pull up my big girl pants and be the council membership chair. That year, I learned what a difference a council can do to increase membership for their locals. And of course, it helped our council and it helped Texas PTA. After my 2 years as council president in 14-16, I knew my passion was membership. I went back to be the actual elected VP of membership for 2 more years. The year that I was Park Hill PTA president, RISD Council had 13,833 total members, down from 15,521 the year before, and that had to change. I knew I had to find a way for our council to help the locals grow membership besides the angel members. And that's what I did. By the 16-17 year, we had hit a huge milestone, 20,000 members. As you can see in the picture, we shouted it from the rooftops. Our council had made a difference in membership at the local level. And that takes us to today, because I believe so much that councils can make all the difference in the world that I'm standing here as your Texas VP of membership to tell you that your council can make a difference too. So let's think for a minute about why membership is important. Why should people rally around our PTAs, our schools, and our students to benefit our children for a stronger education? So how does membership benefit a local PTA? You might be thinking things like more members mean the unit can do more to help. You can have more programs for the parents and for the students. And you might even have more volunteers. For the council, it might mean you've thought of things like increasing council helps with your council-wide programs, like a closed closet. It lets you have programs like a council leadership development program. And for Texas PTA, you might be thinking about our advocacy members, the way we help in Austin. You might be thinking of our wonderful office and staff that help with our needs and the tons of resources we have available for our leaders and our members. So we know that a member at a local PTA is important on all levels. About 6 years ago, Texas PTA commissioned a research study to better understand the expectations of our members. We want to know why they join and the characteristics that separate members from non-members. Among these things the research showed was that parents join because of the local factor. Parents join their local PTA to get benefits to them and to their children. Was that a surprise to any of you? The research went a little deeper and asked specifically why they joined. But when you see the list, you'll know that most of the time it's for me and for my children. Things like supporting my local school, taking an interest specifically in my child's education, taking an interest in education of children, staying informed on local campus news, connecting with teachers and administrators. It even goes on to say they want the resources it provided to help my child do better academically, or provide resources on keeping my child safe. So do you see that the vast majority of reasons was about me and my child? One observation was that while the pool of potential members was very deep and very wide, the vast majority of members are parents, the big blue section, and educators, the orange section. That's 90% and 21% of our membership. Is that a surprise to you? But the recommendation from the observation was that to expand the pool of members, PTAs had to begin to focus on the bigger picture and start talking about the positive impact PTA has on children and their future, and not just what you get for the $7-ish it takes to join on your campus. It's these two groups, the community members and everybody else, that we needed to focus on. And from this, Back the Future was developed. Back the Future means that we believe it is so important for our entire community to invest in our children because they are our future. This is the responsibility of everyone, not just the parents, not just the teachers, not just PTA. Successful schools build successful communities, and we believe that every single member of our community, our homeowners, our renters, our parents, our business owners, our elected officials, all have a vested interest in being the powerful and effective voice for our children. Take a moment to read the screen about Back the Future. Look at those bold words and stick them in your brain. Knowing what our community thinks about schools and education can help you leverage our deep and wide pool to become part of our PTAs. I've mentioned there's a large pool of potential members from all over the community, so let's look at a few groups and what they think about PTA and public education. This way, you can learn how to leverage those partnerships. Realtors know more than anyone else the power of strong and successful schools and students. Do you reach out to your realtors? In Richardson, we have a group called Realtors Supporting Richardson Schools. This is my friend Donna Lebo. Donna said, as a realtor, I encourage buyers to consider schools even if they have no children. It is for the resale. I sell all over the North Texas area, and I always research the schools before I take a client to look at a home. The National Association of Realtors even did more of a study, and they said all local neighborhood amenities influence a buyer's decision, but the proximity to a good quality school is one of the most influential. And 25% of home buyers and 20% listed school quality and 20% listed proximity as deciding factors in their home purchase. They also said, what I thought was most interesting, is that they are willing to give up items on their must-have list, a third-car garage, an extra bathroom, if it meant they were able to purchase a home near a school that they wanted. But good schools are not built by educators alone. They are built by engaged family and engaged parents and engaged community who are encouraging other parents and community to become a member. All of you are part of making the schools and communities better. Business leaders look at things a little differently. In today's educational landscape, there is an ever-increasing need for businesses to partner. Matters such as society ills, federal and state budget deficits, lack of real-world relevance, create endless opportunities for our businesses to support our local schools. How can you help grow the business partnership? Have them join PTA. Plano ISD Council combines sponsorships and memberships. I talked to Penny Chapman, who is the current Council VP of Fundraising and past Council President. She said their program started as a local elementary going to knock on the doors of all the businesses in their own area. But they noticed that once they included memberships to their local PTA as part of the sponsorship, they grew both the sponsorship and community memberships. As a member, the business felt part of the community and they were able to attend. They took this to the council and started the sponsor membership program. The goal of Community Connections is to provide mutual benefit to Plano ISD Council of PTAs and to their sponsor. In addition to the financial commitment the sponsor makes, they are encouraged to be involved in their public schools and their communities. So here's some ideas of what their program looks like. If you're a bronze sponsor, you pay $500, which includes all those bullets, and the last one, that's 10 memberships to Plano PTAs. They get to choose because we know they want to choose the business, the PTAs that are near their business, their clients, their shoppers. We know that every neighborhood has big businesses and small businesses, and you can help your locals by growing your business bases. We also know there are other organizations, women's clubs, Lions clubs, homeowners associations that are part of our community that we can reach out to as well. The link on this page is live and it will take you to Plano's Community Connections program. The PowerPoint is found in your folder from Lone Star Weekend. As a council, we can impact membership because we get to be the voice for all of our PTAs to the community. We also need to know what our own groups say about the importance of the family-school partnership. Hearing the messages of the National Education Agency, National PTA, and of course Texas PTA can help you when you're speaking to the community. I'm going to pause a second and let you read this. This year, we started using this pie chart to talk about membership, and I think it truly shows you what membership looks like and what it can look like. We've all talked about our deep and wide pool, but look at the deep and wide pool on our campus. Look at that small portion of students, the white, that represents our membership. Look at that big orange section. That represents the students on our campuses that are not members. We could have 1,882,244 PTA members if every single one of our students had a member for them. Currently, we are at 26%. So even though we talk about that wide pool in our community, we still have a very deep pool on our campuses. This past year, our Texas PTA president, Sherry Doss, chose a President's Challenge that helped us address this issue. She asked that every unit strive for a total membership equal to 50% of the campus student enrollment. Many PTAs have risen to the challenge, but we are not where we should be. We know that PTAs with a membership close to their enrollment have higher family engagement, and more engagement means more members, and more members usually means more engagement. Why were you an engaged parent? I was engaged because I wanted to know what was going on in their classroom. I wanted them to succeed, and I was sending the best I had to school. Why are you engaged? You can jot that down on your notepad. You can think about it. There's a lot of research about the importance of the homeschool partnership. When I'm speaking to a group of parents about why they need to be engaged in their school, I talk about how it will benefit their students. What parent doesn't want their child to earn higher grades, have better behavior, or go on to higher education? Being engaged in your school can simply mean joining PTA. I use the last bullet point a lot when I'm speaking with families. Students with involved parents, no matter what their income or background, are more likely to earn higher grades and test scores, enroll in higher level programs, be promoted, pass their classes, earn credits, attend school regularly, and have better social skills. They show improved behavior, and they graduate and go on to post-secondary education. How can you say no to that? When a principal calls me and says, "Marnie, I can't get a PTA board," it's saying to me one thing: that campus does not have family engagement. They need to work on it. So whose responsibility is it to foster good family engagement? Is it the home? Is it the PTA? Is it the school? Take a couple of minutes and jot down some ideas about why or who good family engagement should come from. Does it have to be only one? The school and the PTA work together. How many of you have heard of the National Standards for Family School Partnership? These 6 standards are research-based and used globally, not just PTA, but many other educational entities. The link is live on the page, and in the PowerPoint, you can click on it to go to the National PTA's website with the National Standards for Family School Partnerships. Standard 1, welcoming all families to the school. Does your school do that? Can your PTA help with that? When families walk into the building, do they feel the school is inviting and a place where they belong? Do the school's policies and programs reflect, respect, and value the diversity of the families in the community? One of the things in Richardson we asked our PTAs to do is to find the list of home languages that are spoken on their campus and create a welcome bulletin board saying welcome or hello in every one of those languages. Sometimes just seeing that you're being recognized welcomes your families into the school. Standard 2, communicating effectively. Does the school keep the families informed about important issues and events and make it easy for families to communicate with teachers? Standard 3, supporting student success. Do families know and understand how well their children are succeeding in school and how well the entire school is progressing? Are families active participants in their children's learning at home and school? Standard 4, speaking up for every child. Do parents know how the local school and district operates, how they can raise questions or concerns? Are parents prepared to monitor student programs and guide them toward their goals through high school graduation, post-secondary, and career? Standard 5, sharing power. Are all families full partners in making decisions that affect their children at school and in the community? Do families have strong, broad-based organizations, like us, that offer regular opportunities to develop relationships and raise concerns with school leaders? Standard 6, collaborating with the community. Do parents and school leaders work closely with the community organizations, businesses, institutions of higher education to strengthen the school? What programs, big or little, can a PTA do to aid in family engagement based on these 6 standards? Jot them on your paper so that way you can take them back to your local units and share it with them. Do you feel like your council can help your PTAs grow membership by helping them grow family engagement? Take these standards and work on some programs to help them build engagement so we can build membership. But you might have noticed all of these things are part of the National PTA School of Excellence. It's a recognition program that supports and celebrates partnerships between PTAs and schools to enrich the educational experience and overall well-being of all students. By enrolling in this program, your PTA and school administrators are making a year-long commitment in identifying and implementing an action plan for school improvement based on those standards we just looked at. This past August, 279 schools were announced as 1819 National PTA Schools of Excellence. Of those, 18 of them were in Texas. I want to just show you for a second the steps to enroll in the School of Excellence program. It's currently open and will be until October 1st. All of this can be found on the National PTA website by using this link on your PowerPoint. You're probably asking why I've spent so much time talking about family engagement. Families are the heart of our PTAs. When our schools have actively engaged families, our PTAs have higher memberships. We're going to pause here for just a few minutes before we come back and talk about what is the value of PTA. See you soon.